Alex, is curses a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing, right? So he's telling the Israelites, if you don't listen to all these commandments, some bad stuff is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Some punishments, right? Let's find out some of these punishments. And what was the reason for these things? Why would these punishments come upon them?
I don't know.
Read it one more time.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
All right.
to observe, to do all his commandments.
So he's saying if you don't do all these commandments, then these punishments, these curses are going to come upon
Yeah.
the children of Israel, right? Right? Give me verse 49. Give me verse 37 real quick.
Verse 37.
This would be a punishment that the children of Israel would have to endure, right?
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Astonishment means entertainment, right? So a lot of times it's an expectation for our people, the blacks and Hispanics, Latinos, to be entertainment for people. You see a lot of us dancing on the street here, right? Normally you got a group of blacks and Hispanics doing flips right here.
Yeah.
You seen them before,
Yeah, I know what
right?
you're talking about.
All right, read.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb.
What's a proverb? You know what a proverb is?
Nah.
It's a stereotype. What's some stereotypes about Mexicans?
We like beans and rice.
You like beans and rice. Anything else? Anything more sinister than that? A lot of people like beans and rice.
Oh, I mean, like we're like rapists, like drug trafficking, human trafficking, shit like that.
Yep. Well, you're all gangsters. That's what they say, right? Same thing about black people, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it said this would be a curse that stereotype would be on our people, right? You understand? Right. Read on.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword.
A byword, Alex. You know what a byword is?
The byword?
Yeah, a byword. Right. A byword is something like Mexican, right?
Alright.
Criminal,
Okay.
gang member, rapist, right? Mexican is not even your name, right? So we don't even understand what our name actually was, or our language, right? He said that's a curse. Nobody else on earth has that issue, right? He thinks I'm waving at him, but him right there, he understands who his people are.
That's right.
He understands what their language is. He understands their history. He understands where his forefathers are buried, right? Us, we find mass graves of our people on a regular basis. Can't even be identified, right? That's a curse from God. To who? Who's the book of Deuteronomy written to? And who was Moses talking about?
About the curses and shit.
Yeah, this whole book of Deuteronomy is written to who?
For us, isn't it?
Who? Us being who? Read it again. One and one.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto all
yeah.
Israel. The Israelites, the people that he went through the Red Sea
Yeah,
with. Right? So now he said those people would be cursed for not keeping God's commandments. They would lose their name, they would become a stereotype, and they would become entertainment for people. Right? Read verse 49. Check this out.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right? So as another curse to the Israelites for not keeping God's commandments, he said, I'm gonna bring a nation from far.
Yeah.
From far. Let this marinate, right? Read.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flying.
That's the conquistador. That's the conquistador that came against the Aztecs. Right? These are the things. From far, they came from far, and they were represented by the eagle. That's why today the Mexican flag has an eagle on it.
Yeah.
You understand? America, eagle.
Yeah.
The French, eagle. Rome, eagle. Right? Spaniard, eagle. Right? God is saying, I'm gonna send these colonialists after you. We don't. Let's see. Maybe it's a coincidence. Let's see.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
That's why we said, what language did the Mexicans speak before they met the conquistadors? He was like, I don't know. Right? Because we now speak their tongue. Read on.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
They didn't care if you was young or old. They let the dogs eat you. They rip you in half. They burn you and say you're going to be in Christianity from now on. Right? These are the things that happen to our people. And the Bible is saying that. Read on.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
So now, right, when you go to Texas, go to California, New Mexico, that used to be whose land?
Used to be Mexico, huh?
Right. So he said, it's mine now. That's what the Bible is saying would happen to the Israelites. Read on.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land
Yep.
until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn,
Your crops,
wine,
your wine,
or oil,
your oil,
or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep.
your cattle. That's all mine. That's what he's saying. That's the curse that would be upon our people. Right? These are the things that the Bible is saying. When we go to church, they're not reading this.
Nope.
They're not reading this. They say, hey, this is what will happen to the Israelites. And when we look around today, we see what happened to the Israelites. Right? Read verse 68.
verse 68.
Let me show you this real quick, Alex. I'll tell you 2 minutes. I might be towing the line right now.
No, you good. You
Oh,
good.
okay, all right, good. Read verse 68.
Verse 68.
Now remember who the audience is, right? Who's the audience that Moses is talking to?
Us, the people, right?
Right.
Or the Israelites.
The Israelites, right? But we want to identify the curses with our history, right? We are people that have been robbed and stolen from, right? By the man represented by the eagle, right? We became an astonishment. We became a stereotype, right? And we lost our name to become bywords, right? Like black, right? Black. Think about that. Like black, that's the name of our people. You understand? Who called us that? You understand? Same people that said, you're now Mexicans. All right? Your forefathers didn't say, hey, yo, we the Mexicans. All right?
Yeah.
Read on.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So now he said, the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again. You know what they were doing in Egypt, the Israelites? Why did Moses had to take them out of Egypt?
Oh, they're killing them, huh?
They were killing them. They were enslaved.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to take you back to that status again. Right? But listen how he said he's going to take us back to that status again. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How will we go back into captivity, bondage, slavery?
Again with ships.
Does that sound familiar? Right?
Yeah.
Who went into slavery on ships?
I don't know.
You don't know who went into slavery on ships?
Who was it?
What people went into slavery on ships?
I don't know.
You don't remember? How old are you? 22? Alright. And I don't know what they teach in the public school today, right? Blacks and Hispanics went into slavery on slave ships. Right? We were chained up. It's right here. We were chained up, right? Put these muzzles on us. They shipped some of your people to Europe. Shipped some of your people to the Philippines on Spaniard galleon ships, right? Frigates, right? All those things chained us up, and that's where these curses came upon us. My people came to America on slave ships. That's right. Familiar with that?
Yeah.
Right? Christopher Columbus, when he came in, he got slaves in Puerto Rico. A lot of Hernan Cortez got slaves from the Yucatan, right? And brought them back to Europe, right? These are things that happened to us. Right? Read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
He's saying just the way that I'm saying it, that's how it's going to happen. Right? So you're going to lose your name. You're going to go into slavery on ships. Right? These are all the things that's going to happen to you. Right? Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And we're not going to see our homeland again. Right? Read on. Because technically we're not from here. We came here. Right? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your
We
enemies.
were sold unto our enemies. That same people that came from afar with a different language, that didn't care if you was young or old, we were sold unto them. Right? But who is he speaking to? What's the name of these people?
The name of them?
Yeah, what's the name of the people he's addressing?
Be slaves, wouldn't it?
No. See, this is where we lose our identity, right? Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
He's speaking to the Israelites, right? See, it's very difficult for us to even identify, even though that those curses are identifying our history. It's difficult for us to put these things together because of how we actually think about each other, think about ourselves, right? We've been told for the longest that we're nothing, right? So when God says actually the greatest people on earth are you, it's hard to compute, right? It's hard to compute, even though I'm taking you through it, right? So the things that are in these curses are actually our history, and those things identify us as the children of Israel. So you're not a Mexican. You're not a Mexican. Get Deuteronomy 7:6. I'm gonna show you this last thing, right? And then I want you to think about, well, why did we go into slavery according to the Bible? Why did we go into slavery according to the Bible? Why do these curses happen to us? According to what Moses was telling his people. You remember?
I don't remember. To be honest with you.
He said these curses would be upon us for not keeping his commandments.
Oh yeah.
You keep any commandments?
So what?
You keep any commandments?
Keep any commandments?
You keep them?
Sure, I'd like to think so, but no.
I'm gonna show you. Get Deuteronomy. Get Leviticus.
Do the best I can though.
Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something that a lot of men, right, don't keep. Right? It's a law from God. Remember, he said all these commandments and statutes or these curses will come upon us. All right, read.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
A lot of our people bald their heads. All right, we just think it's nothing, but God says don't do that. All right, read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
A lot of our people shave off the corner of our, like if you want to go to a job interview, you're going to be clean shaven, military, clean shaven. That's not for the Israelite people to do. That brings upon the wrath of God because that's a rule that he set for us specifically. And he says, if you don't follow it, I'm going to bring all these curses on you. You understand? That it?
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Right? Nor makes it, what's that talking about? Making any cuttings in your flesh.
Would it be like, like self-harm, but would it mean like tattoos too?
Tattoos. Get the other one.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 28.
It's going to make it more clear. Go ahead.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead,
Like no R.I.P. grandma. Right? Go ahead.
nor print any marks upon you.
Or print any marks upon you. Right? A lot of our people, because of the culture that we've been adopted into via slavery, we're now tattooing our whole body up. And God said, don't do it. Right? So the reason why our people are in the ghettos that have these stereotypes on us, that struggle to find jobs and establish our communities and get our homes together, is because we're cursed for not keeping God's laws. So if we're cursed for not keeping God's laws, what should these people now be doing?
Trying to make it right now.
By how? I'll give you an example, right? If I cheat on my wife all the time, if I cheat on her, right? I say, you know what, I'm gonna make it right, but then I go right back out to the strip club and cheat on her. Right? Am I making it right? Because I said I'm gonna make it right. What do I gotta do?
You gotta change.
Change what? What do you mean? Just cook a dinner, then go to the strip club?
Just stop doing that shit.
Stop doing that shit. Exactly. Right? So what should the Israelites, our people, stop doing? Why did we go into slavery in the first place, according to the Bible?
Because we need to stop. We need to fulfill the commandments. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Right? Now, who on earth is teaching us that? That we need to grow our beards and not get tattoos. That we need to, and that's why we stay at the bottom. That's why we're always at the bottom of society. That's why right now your people and my people are getting roped up and lassoed and put in the concentration camps at the border in 2023.
Yeah.
You understand?
I hear you, brother. Where's your guys' church at?
Right. Yeah, we got information on the back.
Is it on there? All right.
Yep. Reach out to us and we'll give you the info.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.